Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details. If you love this watch, reach out to me because these go fast. From Grönefeld, launched in late 2018 for the 2019 model year. It is the Principia 1941, named after Sir Isaac Newton's seminal Principia Mathematica. The watch here with the 1941 case, a number that has family associations for the Grönefelds, but the 1941 is important because it's smaller than the initial Grönefeld cases, which were 43.5. This is 39.5, and it has beautiful hollows, swells, nips, tucks, curves, and creases. It is one of the most articulated and complex case shapes I've found yet, and it is beautiful. So 39.5 in diameter. It's quite thin at only 10.7 millimeters thick and only 46.8 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now, Grönefeld's a very hot brand these days. Like Roger Smith and Charles Frodsham, one of those brands that's just basically got a forever wait list. Periodically, the Grönefeld brothers, Tim and Bart out of the Netherlands, even close their wait list. They don't accept any more orders. That's the nice thing about being able to buy one pre-owned. This is here for sale right here, right now. The watch is easy to wear on my wrist. As you can see, the lugs are well inboard at the edge of my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, and it all slides easily underneath the cuff. No problems there. I could recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. In stainless steel, it's got a nice weight to it. It's not weightless the way carbon fiber or ceramic or sapphire or titanium can be, but it's also not delicate the way white gold or platinum can be. So if you want to wear your watch daily, this is a great way to wear it and have everyday durability in a watch that's definitely haute horlogerie qualified. And I do mean that. This dial made of sterling silver, beautifully cut. You could see absolutely micro-faceted and mirror-finished applique indices with fired steel alpha-style hands polished at their center with a polished cannon pinion, and you could see that the dial is stepped downward with the chapter ring polished, and yet another downward step with polished chapter ring for the small seconds. It's got a lovely soft turquoise base with a very fine granular surfacing, almost like very fine grit sandpaper. God is in the details here. Made in Oldenzaal in the Netherlands. Turn it all over. Up front, I'll just remind you that this is a movement architecture designed by Andreas Streller, which is why you'll also find it in the Streller Sirna, for example. But the Grönefeld 06 has been made their own with art and architecture, so you could see all of these bridges are triple finished. They're shaped like the roofs of traditional Dutch bell gable houses, so you could see that there. They're made of stainless steel because why wouldn't they? It's harder to finish and allows the Grönefelds, who are alumni of Audemars Piguet, Renault et Papy, to show how good they are at decoration and adroit they are. Look at these recesses that are media blasted, and then we have these satin brushed channels around the edges of the bridges and the screws and the jewels. Then the edges of the bridges are mirror finished. We have solarization over the bearing on the barrel cap, which also includes a little bit of a snailing as there is a spiral to that solarization. We have golden chaton pivots a la pocket watches and antiquity for the pivot jewels. We have black polished screw heads with chamfered slots in circumference. This movement winds on hybrid ceramic bearings for greater efficiency. We have beveling, satination, polish, and chiseling on the rotor, which you can see is 22 karat, not 21, definitely not 18. No expense spared. The movement with a 56-hour power reserve, 6-position adjustment, one more than a standard chronometer, shock resistant, courtesy of a free-sprung balance and a full dual-anchored balance bridge. And note that the bridge has been skeletonized. We also have a number of different elements, polished, satinated, and engine-turned on the base plate. You can also see that the wheels chosen by the Grönefelds are actually hollow. They feature a double spoke design. Everything about this movement artful and imaginative. And all of it 30 meters water resistant. You see FT for FTOR, the Richemont Associated Case Company that makes the cases for the Grönefelds as well as their buckles. And again, this dial made of sterling silver, so quite literally precious metal under turquoise. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.